Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to do one of my favorite videos of the year. This is a bit of an odd one for me, but I want to do my Christmas and holiday audit today. So today we're going to go through a ton of new releases of Christmassy books, mostly Christmassy romances. Now, if you watch my channel regularly, you know I'm not a big romance reader, but whenever the holiday time hits, I just get into a romance mood, and I do love a good Christmassy, cozy romance. So that's what I'm planning to do today. This video is always a ton of work because I try to be as inclusive as possible. So I went through Audible with different search terms and I tried to find all the new releases. I have to film this video kind of early this year just because of time restraints. So for some of these, they're not out yet. So some of these do not have the listening samples. So that's a little bit sad. But first of all, we will go through the list and then we'll dive a little bit deeper. And at the end of this video, I hope to have a top 10 list that is ranked. I will not manage to read all 10 of those because I also have a little bit of a backlist from previous years. So this is just my personal taste. I just want to show you that there's a ton of stuff out there, and obviously your taste might be different from mine. So some of these that I will eliminate quite quickly, you will probably be interested in, and that's perfect. So you've heard about them here first. Okay, so I'm a little bit nervous because I'm using OBS to record my screen while we do this. I hope I can get this done in a nice way. But we're starting out with 10 Things I Hate About Mistletoe by Cody Hall. A Bookshop a Christmas by Rachel Burton. Acid Christmas by Charlotte Dunn. A Christmas Duet by Debbie Macomber. A Christmas Ghost Story by Kim Newman. A Christmas in Prague by Helga Jensen. A Merry Little Christmas by Kathy Bramley. A Novel Christmas by Charity Shane. A Recipe for Christmas by Joe Thomas. A Touch of Christmas Magic by A.D. Ellis. A Very Irish Christmas by Debbie Johnson. All I Want for Christmas by Karen Swan. All I Want for Christmas by Tori Ross. Baby It's Christmas by Susan Mallory. Booked for the Holidays by Liz Maverick. Can I Tell You Something by Holly June Smith. Christmas Actually by Lisa Darcy. Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge by Kirsty Herland Johnson. Christmas at Silverberry Hall by Lucy Coleman. Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor by Rosanna M. White. Christmas at Spruce Hill Farm by Catherine Springer. Christmas at Spindlewood by Sarah Thorne. Christmas at the Little Paris Hotel by Rebecca Raisin. Christmas Baggage by Deborah M. Hathaway. Christmas Charms by Terry Wilson. Christmas Eve Love Story by Ginny Baird. Christmas Ever After by Jamie Edmonds. Christmas in Spite of You by Casey Mills. Christmas is All Around by Martha Waters. Christmas on Mistletoe Lane by Annie Rains. Christmas on Ravelry Lane by Rachel Hanna. Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger. Christmas Secrets in the Scottish Highlands by Donna Ashcroft. Christmas with the Queen by Hazel Gaynor and Heather Webb. Christmas with the Knights by Hannah Langdon. Christmasland by Anne-Marie Mayer. Elf Against the Wall by Alina Jacobs. Escape for Christmas by Philippa Ashley. Evergreen Christmas by Janet Daly. Every Day is Christmas by Pat Simmons. Flopping in a Winter Wonderland by Jason June. Happy Bloody Christmas by Joe Middleton. Highland Hearts Holiday Bookshop by Trisha O'Malley. Home for Christmas by Heidi Swain. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I'll Be Gone for Christmas by Georgia K. Boone. Kiss Me at Christmas by Jenny Bayless. Last Christmas by Claire Swatman. Later On We'll Conspire by Courtney Kazel. Life and Christmas Letters by Teresa McKenna. Love You a Latke by Amanda Elliot. Make This Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. Merry Christmas by Mary Ann O'Connor. Maybe Next Christmas by Emma Hetherington. Meddling with Mistletoe by Liz Johnson. Merry Weihnachten by A.G. Noyes. Mr. and Mrs. Christmas by Michelle Stimson. Most Wonderful by Georgia Clark. Murder at the Christmas Emporium by Adriana Cordani. New Beginnings at Christmas Tree Cottage by Georgia Hill. Not Another Christmas Rom-Com by A.G. Pine. Once Upon a Royal Christmas by Terry Wilson. One Big Happy Family by Susan Mallory. One Winter at the Fringe Chalet by Mandy Baggett. Saving Christmas in the Little Irish Village by Michelle Vernal. Second Down Scrooge by Lisa Suzanne. Second Chance Christmas by Raquel J. Sleigh Bell Dreams by Jessie Gusman. Snow Going Back by Emma Talon. Maybe not the best title this year. Snowed In at the Cat Cafe by Rachel Rowlands. Snowy Mountain Christmas by Sharon Sala. Take Me Home for Christmas by Miranda Liasson. The Christmas Catch by Tony Shiloh. The Christmas Coin by Lindsay Gibson. The Christmas Cookie Wars by Eliza Evans. The Christmas Cottage by Sarah Morgan. The Christmas Countdown by Holly Cassidy. The Christmas Dog Sitters by Lucy Mitchell. The Christmas Eve Murders by Noelle Albright. The Christmas Express by Isla Gordon. The Christmas I Found Home by Jennifer Lacrosse. The Christmas Inn by Pamela M. Kelly. The Christmas Letters by Jenny Proctor. The Christmas Lodge by Fiona Baker. The Christmas Market by Linda McEvoy. The Christmas Party by Catherine Croft. The Christmas Party by Michaela Davids. The Christmas Retreat by Trisha Ashley. The Christmas Tree Farm by Melody Carlson. The Christmas You Found Me by Sarah Morgenthaler. The Elven Days of Christmas by A.K. Caggiano. The Fake Wedding Project by Pippa Grant. The Crump Who Stole Christmas by S. Doyle. The Holiday Cottage by Sarah Morgan. The Holiday Bake Off by Lindsay DeTwiller. The Holiday Breakdown by Leah Bonema. The Holiday Games by Lily Valenti. The Holiday Honeymoon Switch by Julia McKay. The Holiday Stand-In by Courtney Kazel. The Inn at Evergreen Hollow by Fiona Baker. The Merriest Misters by Timothy Janowski. The Night Before Christmas by Nicola Knight. The Noel Bridge by Jenny Hale. The Secret Christmas Bookshop by Cressida McLaughlin. The 12 Dares of Christmas by Lisa Maloney. This Christmas by Georgia Beers. This Is Not a Holiday Romance by Camilla Eiley. Trick Shot by Kayla Gross. Waiting for Christmas by Lynn Austin. You Better Watch Out by James S. Murray and Darren Wearmouth. So I'm sorry for everything I mispronounced there. Sometimes it's like really hard with like names and English names especially. So yeah, that is the books, and now we have to narrow it down. Okay, for this first round I will try to be quite ruthless and I will try to narrow it down to maybe 20 or 25 books we can look into a little bit further. So let's do this. Okay, we narrowed it down to, I think, 20 books. So now we're gonna go through them again, try to narrow it down to 10 so I can listen to the samples. We'll see how that goes. So the first one I have here is a recipe for Christmas, which is a baking one, and I definitely do want to keep this one on the list. Then we have Christmas Eve Love Story, which is kind of magical. It's kind of like a Groundhog's Day thing. So that one I kind of want to listen to as well. Then we have Christmas in Spite of You, which seems to be a black romance. So I want to check that out as well. We have Flopping in a Winter Wonderland, which I think is gay. And so, and also YA, so I would like to give that a listen. We have I'll Be Gone for Christmas, which with this one it also says LGBT and it's also YA. So I think it's maybe gonna be one of those two, I'm not quite sure. Then we have Love You, Latke. Now I'm not sure if this book came out last year, the title sounds so familiar. But yeah, this is not a Christmas romance, so I definitely want to give that a listen as well. Then we have Most Wonderful, which is also LGBT, but I think this one is adult, so this one is high on the list for me. We have Second Chance Romance. Again, this is a black romance, so we'll see about this one. Let me just kind of put them in similar spots so I have more of a comparison going on. Then we have The Cat Cafe. The Cat Cafe had to be there. We have The Christmas Catch, which again seems to be a black romance. We have The Cookie Wars, which is about baking. So yeah, that one needs to be there. Then we have another gay romance, but I think this one is adult, so I'm a bit more interested. Then we have The 12 Dares of Christmas. This just sounds like very chaotic, and it has a setup that I just feel, so this one's on there. We have This Christmas, which is marked as LGBT, and I think this one is adult as well, so I'm interested in this. You Better Watch Out is a kind of slasher, so that is special. And then we have Acid Christmas, which also seems to be quite special, not a romance. We have The Irish Christmas, a very Irish Christmas, which like you can get me with Ireland and Irish accents, it's just the truth. We have Christmas Is All Around, which has a movie star theme, which I usually enjoy quite a bit. We have Christmas with the Knights, which is the one I kept for the like very traditional kind of Christmassy romances. We have Make the Season Bright, which is sapphic. I have mixed feelings about this one because it has music and I don't always love that. And then we have The Christmas Countdown, which has a Christmas calendar thing to it, so I usually really like that as well. So maybe now I'll just go through ones that are similar. So for the Christmas recipe, I have a feeling with this one I like the cover more than the description. I think if I put it against the Christmas Cookie Wars, that one definitely wins. So we're saying goodbye to the recipe for Christmas. Now we have the 3 potential romances with black characters. So let me see what these are about. I think from the description, the Christmas Catch is most up my alley. I do not love second chance romances very much. But I do also kind of like Christmas in Spite of You. So I think the second chance Christmas I will take out of the running here. Now we have a couple of queer ones. Okay, I'm definitely keeping The Merriest Mistress. That one sounds so fun. It sounds so funny. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about I'll Be Gone for Christmas. So I'll Be Gone for Christmas is kind of like one of those like swapping romances. I don't know if they're interesting to me. On the other hand, we have Make the Season Bright, which again, it has music and I haven't heard like really great things about it. So I feel very apprehensive about this one. I think I'm gonna kick that one. I think I'm gonna kick Make the Season Bright. I don't think that one is for me. It might be really nice. I don't know. I have it on my wish list just because the author is so well known, but I have a feeling. This is so difficult. Most Wonderful sounds so chaotic and I love it. But we have This Christmas, which is about a pet shelter. So that's like wonderful. I think I will kick I'll Be Gone for Christmas as well. I'll do it. Okay. Moving right along. Okay, Love You, Latke, I'm gonna keep on. The Cat Cafe, I really have to keep on. Okay, we have the Dares. I think I'm gonna kick Christmas Is All Around. I do love movie stuff in books, but it's just, it's so hard, but it gotta go. I think I will also, like, I'm deciding between A Very Irish Christmas and Christmas with the Knights, but I think I will kick Christmas with the Knights. Just because it's a story I've read before from other authors in other settings. So yeah, we're gonna make some rough decisions here. Now we have You Better Watch Out and Ace at Christmas. I think I'll have to choose one of them. We have a slasher and we have a weird like conspiracy, things are going wrong at the airport thing. And I think Ace at Christmas, it just sounds so wild. I have to keep it on here. So I think You Better Watch Out is going. But it is, like, I would love to try it, but it sounds like something I would prefer as a movie. So yeah, we'll say goodbye to this one. Okay, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. How many do we have? Okay, we have to eliminate 4 more. This is so rough. Okay, the Cookie Boys are staying. Okay, honestly, it's the YA. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, it is probably so super cute. But like, let's say goodbye to the YA. This is so hard, you guys. This is so hard. Okay. I'm gonna say goodbye to the Christmas countdown. I love the idea of advent calendars, but I can't read everything, you guys. I can't. Oh, this is painful. This is painful. Okay, I think 2 more. 2 more. 2 more before we go into the samples. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna get rid of the Cat Cafe. I will save it to my wish list, but I just don't, yeah, like, I have like 2 previous years of Cat Cafe books that I have not read, even though they were on my top 10, so I'm just gonna do it. Oh, this is painful. Okay, 1 more. 1 more book that we won't listen to the sample. I just want to have a good selection. This is so hard. Okay, it's The Irish Christmas. I'm so... This is so hard. Yeah, yeah. I am kind of cheating here because I will put it on my wish list, but like not for today. Not for today. Okay. We got our top 10 now. Okay, perfect. So this is where we start listening to the samples, and yeah, we'll just do it. We'll listen to them, I'll give you my first impressions, and then we do the ranking. This has been a long way so far, so let's do this. This is the last step. I'm hungry, I need some lunch. We need to get this done. So, we're gonna start out with the Christmas Cookie Wars sample. Okay, so I listened to this first sample of the Christmas Cookie Wars. Now, I don't like what they did with the listening samples on Audible. Like before, they had like specific sections they would play. Now they just start at the beginning of the book and it just ends after 5 minutes. So it's a bit odd. But no matter what, we have a woman called Melody Monroe. She has twin boys, and it seems that she has lost her husband in some way. And they have this family tradition that they would decorate cookies together, but somehow the boys are growing up and it doesn't seem to be a priority for them anymore. And I think in the book, as it progresses, she will meet someone and they will like deal with like, oh, it is the school principal actually, and they will have some trouble over the cookies. So yeah, it sounds really fun, really delightful. I like that the main character is already a little bit older and has children, so that is very cozy, and baking. So let's do Christmas Eve love story. Okay, so with Christmas Eve love story, we have our main character of Annie, who works in a department store, and at the beginning of this story, she has a run-in with a weirdly realistic Santa Claus, and then she drops her bag and loses all of her things, and she gets help by the security guard whose name is Braden, and she thinks a lot about how hot he is in this first 5 minutes, which is not typically my favorite. Like obviously you can think someone is hot and stuff, but yeah, just the way it's written is not completely my favorite. But I still love the idea that this is like a Groundhog Day situation where she wakes up on Christmas Eve again and again until she solves the riddle of what she's trying to achieve here. So I think this is still on the second place for me. It does not win against the Cookie Wars. Next up we have Christmas in Spite of You, so let's go. Okay, so for Christmas in Spite of You, we have two narrators for the audiobook, which I really enjoy, the female and the male character, so we probably get both of their perspectives in the book. And we start out with the female main character. Her name is Noelle, and she is some kind of a designer, and she had sent out her plans to someone and she just got an email back, but they didn't make a decision. So now she is short for money, and so she decides to rent out her place while she's going on a trip, but then she can't go on the trip, and so she will live with the person she lent it out, basically. Canton, I think. And yeah, it sounds really cute. I love the vibe of this, so this will swap into second place for me personally. Next we have The Christmas Catch, and I'm very intrigued to listen to this one. So in the first 5 minutes of The Christmas Catch, we have a short prologue about the male character Jaleel, and he has an accident. He is an NFL player, so he can't play anymore. and has to return home. And then we get the first chapter, the beginning of the first chapter, from Bibi's point of view. And Bibi seems to be a mom. She has a daughter who also loves sports and probably, what's it called, football. And I think they're gonna meet and have a little bit of a romance. Now, I must be honest that I do not love sports in my books, but I think still considering all of that, I will put it before the Christmas Eve love story for now. So next we have The Merriest Misters. I'm very excited about this one, so let's give it a listen. If I look a bit disheveled, I just almost killed myself with a sip of tea and had a coughing fit. Sorry. You did not see that. The Merriest Misters sounds so delightful. This is about a married couple of Patrick and Quinn, and there is a burglar in their house, and it turns out to be Santa, so they have to become Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, but just as a gay couple, to save Christmas. And it sounds so funny. I'm sorry, but like this goes to the top of my list because I think it's such a funny idea. It sounds so chaotic and I'm here for it. In this first little sample, we see that their marriage is not going super great because one of them, I think Patrick, is very, very busy all the time, and so Quinn is kind of unhappy and he wants to have a nice Christmas and watch Elf the movie with his husband, but the husband is very busy. So yeah, the listening sample didn't give much, but the description sounds just delightful. So now we're trying This Christmas.
This Christmas, bring my tears, narrated by Logan. Prologue. It's too much. The words ran through Keegan's head as if somebody was sitting inside her skull, shouting at her. It's too good.
Okay, so the listening sample to this was a little bit surprising. We have also kind of a prologue, and we're following two, I think, teenage girls. We have Sam and Keegan, and we are in Keegan's head as they kind of has like a kiss situation, but a little bit more than just a kiss. And Keegan starts panicking, and so she is trying to get away, and that leaves them off like super embarrassed, both of them. So it seems like this book is set a little bit later when Mia, who is the grandmother of Sam, is trying to set them up together, and this is with an animal shelter, which, you know, I love animals so much, and they're planning this parade to get in some funds, and yeah, it seems to be a little bit about that. So the listening sample didn't really do it justice, I think, because it was just that first embarrassing scene. So I think for now I'll put it before the Christmas Eve love story. But I'm not quite sure about this one. This could go in like different directions for like why Keegan reacted in this way. So it could be really, really good with the representation or cringy. And from the listening sample, I can't tell. So I'm a bit careful with this one. Next up, we have Most Wonderful. So let's go.
Henry Reynolds presents Most Wonderful, episode by Georgia Clark. Read for you by Henry, Kristen C, and Sean K. Jane. For those who read, seek, or champion queer joy.
So in Most Wonderful, we have three siblings, Liz, Violet, and Rafi. And these are all siblings to one mom called Babs Belvedere, and she was a famous actress. So we do have that like show business filmmaking element to this one. And Liz is the character we have the sample from, and she is a Hollywood showrunner and a workaholic, as it seems. And it seems like they will have to come together for the holidays in some way. We do not learn anything about that in the sample, but just from like the vibe of this and that it is queer in some way, I put it very highly. I think it will go right after The Merriest Misters. Next up, we have Love You, a Latke. Let's see what we get in this one. So in Love You, a Latke, we follow our main character of Abby. Abby has her own little store. It seems to be a coffee shop. And in this little listening sample that we get, she's dealing with a very rude customer who is not happy with his like cinnamon latte or whatever. And they're having a bit of a discussion. Now, we don't really get a lot from this, but the description says that she is also on a tourism board in her town in Vermont, and that she is trying to organize a Hanukkah festival, and she is looking for someone to help her with that. And it seems that it is one of her customers that she doesn't really like very much, Seth. Now, I don't know if this is the customer or whether that is a different customer that gets on her nerve, but she seems to be someone who is not very like happy and lighthearted and stuff. So I do like the tone of this quite a lot. It was quite fun to listen to this one. I'm just trying to figure out where I put this, but maybe I put it behind Christmas in Spite of You, like somewhere like nice in the middle. But yeah, that had like a very nice tone to it, and I like that. Okay, now we have the 12 Dares of Christmas. So I think this one is going to be a little bit chaotic. Let's see.
The 12 Dares of Christmas, written by Lisa Malone, narrated by Sam Norrie. Day 0, Alice. Is it wrong to hold your parents eating my shark? 2 kilos of my Kaylee, and I got kitchen.
Okay, in the 12 Days of Christmas, we meet our main character of Haley, who just learned that her parents are going to a tropical island, and she doesn't have anyone to spend Christmas with, basically. And so she is very annoyed and very angry at her parents, and that is like all we get in the listening sample, but the description says that she and her roommate are having a wine-fueled movie marathon, and afterwards they have a list of festive challenges, and that makes the season bright, and it sounds really cute. I do love the tone of this. I think I will put this behind Love You, Latke, sorry. Yeah, so that's that. We have one more, which is Ace at Christmas, and it's like, it just seems so funny to me. So I'm very intrigued. I think the beginning might not be quite as strange as it gets throughout the book.
Ocean Flower Books presents As Christmas by Charlotte Dune, read by Taylor. Dedication. So Lisa, for I'll never forget our first taste of Canada. Thanks to Ginny for sending me off on this scale.
Okay, so I think, as I have said before, in this book we have the situation that people are stuck at the Toronto airport during a what's it called? A snowpocalypse. It says, for fans of Annihilation Station 11 and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, dystopian holiday tale of unending snow, bad coffee, hotel sex, smelly armpits, dirty panties, and a lot of LSD. And we're starting out in the listening sample with a person called Teddy, who is, he sells donuts and has crooked teeth. And he seems to be from Jamaica, and he talks a little bit about why he decided to go to Canada and how he hates the snow. So yeah, it has a very interesting tone in this little first section. So I kind of love that. I love the idea. I love the narrator as well. A lovely voice. So I think this is going very, very much high on the list. So I think I've got my list. I am pretty confident about it. Okay, we made the list. Now I'm gonna show you. Then we bring this video to an end because I have no idea how long this is. I have been filming for hours. But on spot number 10, we have Christmas Eve love story. I just didn't really love the narration of this one, and I think even though I love the idea of the Groundhog's Day, this one pulled me in the least, just because of the way it was written, so I don't think I will save this one to my list. Then we have This Christmas, which I'm still a little bit intrigued about because it has the animal shelter. But as I said, this could go either way, so I will probably look out for some reviews of this one, and if they are very positive, then I might get back to this one. Then we have The Christmas Catch, which also sounds interesting, but because it is so much about sports and I am not interested in sports at all, I placed it a little bit below. It's not one that I have like immediate plans of picking up. Then we have The 12 Dares of Christmas, which I think would be really, really funny. I have listened to a similar story before, so I'm a bit worried that I might think of that other one too much and compare too much, but I think this one would probably be a good time. So now we're getting into the books that I will actually save to my list. And the first one of those would be Love You, a Latke. This sounds just really interesting and sweet, especially because the main character is very grumpy, and I do like it when the women are the grumpy ones. Then we have Christmas in Spite of You, which is also one that just, it just pulled me in, and I loved the voices of the narrators as well, which is very important when it comes to an audiobook. So I'm intrigued to get into this one more. Then we have Acid Christmas, which it sounds so wild to me. So yeah, I definitely want to see whether I can check this one out when I'm in the mood for something like this. And the comparison to Annihilation and what's the other one? Station 11. It's just too intriguing. And now we are in the top 3, so let's hope that I can find time for these definitely this year. And number 3 would be The Christmas Cookie Wars, just because I love baking so much, and Christmas baking is just like such an essential part of my Christmas experience. And also because the main character seems to be a little bit older and already has kids, so I think this one will be really, really sweet. Then my number 2 would be Most Wonderful. I just love that this is very queer, and we have the different siblings who are probably all quite different from each other. We also have multiple narrators, so I hope all of them will be good. That's not something I could tell from the sample, but yeah, this one I think might be really nice. Has a little bit of a more complex story as well. And then my number 1, again, similar to last year, is a gay one. I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, this one is just, it sounds so amazing. The Merriest Misters. I love the whole setup of this, of them like killing Santa Claus and then having to become him. And I want to experience this. So I think this is my number 1 for this year. This is the first official holiday book I will listen to as soon as I'm done with my current audiobook, and so I hope I will already be able to tell you all about this in November. We'll see how fast I can be with it. I mean, it is 10 hours, so I'm not quite sure whether I can really do that this month, but definitely the first one I will pick up, and I'm so excited about it. So thank you so much for going on this journey with me. I hope it was enjoyable, even though it was probably a bit of a long one. I'll try to edit it down as much as possible and make it enjoyable. Thank you for going on the journey with me. Leave a like or a nice comment. Let me know which one of these books you will pick up first, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!